Hello everybody, welcome back here to High Button Sports. Here on the final game for the female U16s at the High Performance Camp, game number 4. So the last chance for these young ladies to prove themselves here at High Performance. So without further ado, let's get into it. Puck down here on the right side. That one's going to be picked up by Angione. Angione. So start to wheel it out over the blue line. That's played over to the right side. It hits a foot and then bounces back over there as Scott tries to get the shot off. Picked up there by Chisholm. Chisholm plays that out in front. Swipes under the stick there. It bounces back over. Now Cormier for Pink trying to work it up. Cormier over to Payne. Payne across the blue line. Payne down the right side. Payne with a cut move inside, and it gets knocked off the stick in a hurry. Scott now with it. Down here in front of us. It's picked up by Chisholm. She'll try to feed that through as Carver looks to bring it in. Plays down here in front of us. Rolls up the left side. And caught up to by Brown. Brown overskates it though. That frees it up to for Sparks. Sparks drops that puck off. As it's handed off there to Lecky. Lecky gets worked into the boards. Fed back through near Carver and sent the length of the ice. As whistle will go, about a minute and a half in. A little back and forth here, nothing crazy to start. No chances on yet, but getting the feel for it. So this group will be heading home right following this game, and then day off tomorrow, then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll head into the final boys portion here at High Performance. So everything getting covered. That's down the right side. It's jumped up to on the blue line and kept in. Trying to feed that out to Kelly. Ford knocks it back in as Paige Devani grabs it. Devani over by Monroe Oliver, now down here in front. Works back to the opposite corner there for Bellin. Bellin overskates it. Power's going to come in to help out. Puck gets freed up a little bit to the middle. Teal able to pick it up, but then it's turned back over there to Kelly. Kelly backhands on the half wall. Picked up by Marshall. Marshall here for Teal. Loses it on the stick handle into the zone. That allows Monroe Oliver to come in and help out as it gets freed up on the half wall. Down here in front of us now, Leventure. She'll take it the long way around. Steps in. Shot just goes wide to the right of the net. Bounces over there to Wallace. McDonald. Brooke McDonald. Ooh, looking for that pass. It was in the feet, and that will go for the icing. About 3 minutes in. We'll head back down the left side. McDonald had a few options there. Elected to try to go straight up ahead, but misses the sticks. Falls in behind the net. Puck dropped in now. Picked up and shoved down by Leventure down along the end boards. Puck's battled for in the feet and cut back around by Oakes. Oakes loses it though. Chip play over Leventure. In near the end boards. That bounces off the stick and heading back the other way here now for Lecky. Lecky trying to get the outlet pass over there to the right side for Foster. Back to the line, Primer. Primer's shot loosened up in front. Oakes. Oakes backhands it as it ricochets off a stick and slows up near the red line. Handed on back. Now down here in front by Foster. Into the end board. Sinclair works that around to the opposite corner there for McLeod. Back down low, Rideout. Sophie Rideout tries to get that up the half wall. Cleared on back through and kept in on the line as circling back in is Payne. Payne to the corner, plays it to the blue line. pass there, shot by Eddie, not going to make it through. Works to the right side corner. Now down here in front of us, it'll be sent in over the line to the left corner. Puck then back the other way. Tavares circles. Ricochets off the foot. That's going to enter the zone. Nora Hartnell putting in some work there. That allows her team to pick up on that puck as it gets knocked over to Cormier. Cormier trying to go up the wall there to Payne. Kept in instead by McLeod. McLeod back down to the corner as Power works on it. Out in front, Teal looking for the shot. Going to try to snap that one off the stick, but couldn't quite get it through. Is Eddie going to pick it up to the red line and send that down, allowing her team to get the full change. Sinclair up to the right by Power. Angione played back and around. Sparks back down to the corner again. Lecky played out in front, fanned on. That's going to be freed up for Angione. Angione to Chisholm. Chisholm flipped into the end boards. Battle for back there. It's 2-on-2. Refs usually let that play out. Picked up. Played back to the middle. That'll head to the right side corner. Now moved through the middle here by Chisholm. Chisholm tipped there in front as Ancliffe makes the save. Wasn't sure where the rebound was, but it gets cleared out. Still back and behind. Now trying to play that up to Carver. Chased after. Brown. Brown cuts to the middle. Brown down over the blue line. Shot. Steers off to the left side corner again. Looking to move that in front. Back and behind for Ford. Picked up, little shot. That ends up again in the corner. Off the skate. Kept in there by Malloy. Malloy shot, rebound on the left side, and a nice save there by Fry to get over, track that puck down. Back in behind the net. Some more pressure in there as it's tied up 2-on-2. Freed up the wall. Devaney elects to pass that off. Misses the mark, though. They're going to step down to the half wall and then have to work that back in around. Picked up by Marshall. Gets spun around. In over the line. Now it's Oakes. Oakes into the middle. Grabbed again. Cut move in here by Leventure. She'll step all the way down, placing that in front, no one home. Back to the line again. A seeing eye shot there off the stick of Power. Back down low. Teal trying to work that out of the corner in the offensive zone. Picked up. Shot from a sharp angle. That one will be still loose as they tried to scoop it in, but Teal staying on that free puck. Chased after on the wall and back to Leventure. She'll play it here to Sinclair. Sinclair down to the middle and it's knocked up again. In over the line's Foster. Brought back along. Foster. Now picked up there by Power. Power down to the end boards. Only Teal really there for a moment. That allows Pink to pick it up in behind. Pushed over to the right side. Primer over the blue line. Primer shot. That one blockered away by Fry. Sinclair. Knocked off the stick there, Wallace. as it's kept in and moved over the line there by Matthews. Matthews tries to play that out in front. Leventure going hard along those end boards. Back to the line there. Primer shot into the mid of Fry, and we'll get the whistle about halfway through the first. Face off coming here on the right. Puck grabbed in here off the draw. Teal trying to work it up the right side. Wallace pushed down in the corner there by Rideout. Rideout back near the blue line. McLeod plays it down there to Rideout again. Rideout has that fall off the end of her stick though. Teal trying to knock that pass through. It'll circle on back here for McLeod. McLeod surveys. Knocked off her stick. Back over to Tavares. Tavares trying to get that out now as Pink starts to push. Onto the stick of Wallace. Wallace over there to Rideout. Rideout circling from the right side. Back to the blue line. Shot through traffic. Blocker down again. Little flip play here in front of us. Brought in over the line by Payne. Down in the corner. Picked up by Scott. Scott sends it the length of the ice as it'll split the D and head all the way down. 9:19 to go here in the first as we roll right along. Puck dropped in there. It'll be backhanded around by Monberquette. To the corner. Trying to feed that out. Worked in around. Little chip play by Angione. Can't get it out. Back down into the feet. Reverse pass over. Back across here now by Sparks. Played on through. Hits the side of the net. Lecky, back to the line. Lecky, trying for it, swiped at. It's along the half wall. Flip back in front, and Fry needs to be on top of that one as it came through with some haste. Puck dropped in. That's going to be in behind there by Bellin. Bellin tries to get that to the right side. Bellin will circle back. Back across there to Ford. Now to Marshall. Poked at. As it's hustled after down in for Devani. Devani trying there on the defensive zone now as Teal trying to set up. Back to the line here for Ford. To the end boards. Picked up, played up the wall here. Kept in by Ford. In around for Brown. To Bellin. Bellin shoots. Wide. Into the middle. Bellin has to close the feet up. Played in around the end boards. Stopped up by Benocio. She'll play it in around. And exits the zone. Here for Ford. Ford trying for that pass off the mark. Icing gets waved off. Benocio Tried to get that out. It's worked around there to Kelly. Walking along that end wall. A little chip up. Trying to get that down. Picked up by Devani. Played to the middle. Leventure. Back across. Grabbed by Ford. Ford. Down here in front has the puck kind of knocked off her stick and chopped down. Back and around. Play gets freed up. Trying to feed that ahead. It's pushed off to the corner there for Wallace. Back in for Primer. Primer. To Foster. Foster, 2-on-2. Hand it off. It's in the feet. Shot. Blockered away. Grabbed and fed in along the end wall. Sinclair. Drops it on back. Riding up the stick there again and covered up by Fry with ease as the puck into the teal end for the first time in a few minutes. So fresh line changes for both sides as we get into this ending portion of this first. On the hash marks. Puck grab by Mills. Mills over the blue line. Played on back here to McLeod. Shot. That one sneaks by the goalie, but it misses the net in behind. Back to the line for McLeod. She tries to play it down low. Picked up, moved over. Trying to jam away at it. Heads to the corner for Tavares. Pushed back up to the middle. Eddie loses that. Now in over the 9 here. It's Mills. Can't get the shot off. Backing around. Picked up here by Umla. Umla tries to get it. It's kept in on the blue line as full head of steam by Scott coming in off the bench, but flipped up through the middle again. Back over here. Payne. In over the line. Shot saved by Fry. Jumping around for that and covered up. At the top of the blue paint. Face off back here to the right. Want to thank everyone for tuning in here to High Button Sports for this weekend. It's been our pleasure bringing you the action. As another year about to wrap up and another camp. Special time here at X in the summer as we try to make our teams for ACC, which happens, I think it's Thanksgiving weekend, if I'm not mistaken, in Moncton every year. Last year was my first ACC event. Here on the right. That one's fished out of there amongst the feet. Hits the stick and will be sent down in behind, chased after by Hartnell. Teal trying to spin that back for the chance, but broke it up. Grabbed and turned over. Teal shot and it rolls in behind. That one's off the stick there of Angione as she took advantage of that free puck in a hurry. Back the other way, just on side, handed off. Just goes wide as Chloe Leckie couldn't finish it off. In the corner. That one sent out, gets stopped. To the blue line, shot on. Save made there, 3:01 to go. Back on the blue line. That one's handed across. Picked up and up the wall, trying to get that to Monroe Oliver. And now back in here from Malloy. Wallace to the left side. Near the end boards. Kelly tries for it. Picked up and circled around. Rolls off the stick and back in behind here to Bellin. Kelly. Kelly handed off. Under the glove, it almost goes. As Fry able to stick to that one. It floats through the blue paint. 2:17 to go. Puck to be dropped here on the right side. Still scoreless. I'd say this one's been more of a defensive battle so far. Not a ton of grade A chances through the first period here. Near the end boards. It's picked up, flipped up the wall. Hustling after that. Puck there's Mahoney. Mahoney will cut back. Kind of getting hauled a little bit there in the middle. Grabbed by Mahoney now. To Leventure. She circles back. Looking for some open room on the right side. Turning on the Jets. In over the blue line. Still with it. She gets knocked off the puck. Gonna be worked back the other way. Down the right side. Handed off the turnover. Shot! What a save there with the blocker. Fry steers that aside. And it was definitely aimed for the back of the net there. Picked up over here to the right side. Foster to Devani. Intercepted. Now worked up to the middle. Here comes Mills. Mills to the outside. Inside. Shot just wide. Best look of the game for both teams coming with the last 2 minutes here. 1 minute to go now. Played around. Cormier chipped up the wall. Poked off the stick. That'll be in behind for McLeod. McLeod to Tavares. To the right. Matthews tries to get that in. 30 seconds to go. Time ticking away here for the first period. Fed back in front. Off the stick. Pinocchio. Trying to get that through. Little chip play. Maybe one more chance here. It's Pink. Flip that back to the middle. Teal gets to it, though, and now it's back the other way. 10 seconds to go here. Right out. To the outside. To the inside. Knocked off the stick for 3 seconds. And that will do it. And take us to the end of the first period scoreless. After a good defensive matchup, some good chances late, but we'll be back for the second in a moment. All right, everybody, welcome back here for period number 2 on High Button Sports in the final game for the U16s. A 0-0 score after 1. We're back here with the second period. Let's get right into it. That one set up the wall. Little chop play as they try to work it in there by Lecky. And it heads to the corner. Cut off from that puck. Steered back in behind. Little chip up through the middle. Grab to Angione. Angione over the line. Broken up again and circled back here by Peveril. Peveril played it over. Can't get rid of it. Back in behind, and Pink now potential with numbers the other way. Brought in over the line. Helding shot. That one steered aside with ease by Perry. Puck played back in to Eddie. That splits the D and will be chased after. Hartnell. Hartnell from behind her own net. Leading pass. Now picked up and brought over by Kelly. Kelly's shot into the pants there at Bellin. Stays out. Bellin then turns around and tries to look. Over to the half wall. Trying to get that up to Marshall, but it's not going to do so as it's tied up now in behind. Pink played out in front. Pass not going to make it through. And the next one just goes by as Kelly was set up, but a little too much on that pass as it falls to the corner. Flip back in by Carver. In behind on the end boards there. Brought back by Kelly. Steered to the corner. Pink with the offensive zone time here to start the second. Brown. Ava Brown shoots that one down, and that will go for an icing. 2.5 minutes in here. Face off comes to the left side. Puck. Try to play that down the half wall. It's picked up by Turquoise. Sorry, Teal. Held in behind and pushed back to the line nicely. Shot gets in near the end boards. Flipped up the half wall as Mahoney works it out. Mahoney all the way down along that end wall. Flipped on back, misses the stick. No icing, and a little bounce back. Slowed up by Perry. And Sinclair will get a whack at it. Trying to go up the wall with it. Tied up there is Mahoney. Now a couple more girls join the fray. And ref's going to let that one go as they usually do. And it finally gets loosened up there, picked up by Leventure. She'll bring it around here for Teal. Try to play it up the wing. Down low here for Oaks. Oaks. She'll circle around. Oaks. Outlet pass. Hits the stick there, Wallace. Pink will circle on back for Binocho. Knocked out there. Into the feet. McDonald tried to get that. Instead, it's Sinclair. Works that around. Freed up near the middle. Along that end boards. Still digging away. And now they'll blow the whistle, so We do get the whistle in that case, about 5 minutes in. Puck dropped in there, trying to flip that out. Brought back into the zone here by Tavares. Tavares circles. Hard pass up the wall. That was a nice play there. Grabbed by Mills, but knocked off, and she'll have to force it back in behind for McLeod. Played into the middle. Pink shoots, and a clear-cut chance in front by Matthews. Just misses the mark there on the right side of the net. Shot bouncing and scooped up. And try again here to the left. Some good chances here early, especially for the pink side. 5 minutes into the second. Puck worked again down low as Cormier tries to play it out in front. Tied up there near the end wall. And they're telling them to move it. They've had 3 of these so far. One was a whistle, one wasn't. Now it'll get moved out along that end wall. Flip back the other way, and McLeod going to jump on it here for Teal. McLeod backhands it up the wall. Umla puts it right back in behind. Now grabbed by Payne. Payne along the end board. It's in the corner. Payne. Back down low to Matthews. Matthews looking to flip that in front. Cormier instead gets it. It's back near the blue line. Shot, steered aside, hits the back of the net. Flipped up the wall. Little chip play up ahead there now. Primer trying to get rid of it. Matthews in front. Shot goes wide. Played up again. Here to the right side. Brought in over the line. Toe drag. It's still going. All the way back in behind. Nice job there to just muscle that puck out by Chloe Leckie. You realize you might not get a shot on it, but if that's sitting on the blue line, just kind of shove that up ahead and it gets a reset. Brought back in here. Angione over to the left side. Kicked aside off the foot. Back down on the end boards. That'll wrap around here. Picked up by Eddie. Eddie has to get the skating going there. Picks it up again. Is worked in the corner. Back down low. Head up. Pass connects here on the left side. Knocked off the stick of Leckie though again. Angione plays it across to Power. Sent back in to lay it offside. Will allow Pink to have a second. Teal will get the change in though. Eddie. Down here in front, Leckie. Brings it back over the blue line. To the left side is Turner. Shoved into the boy. That one looked like a little body contact, but they're saying it's all right. Flipped up the wall. Comes back down near the blue line. Momberket battling for it there with Leckie. Momberket comes up with it. She'll work it along the end boards. Down low there. Brown. Fed back in behind, and that one looks like it will have the legs for icing here as we approach the halfway mark here in the second. Face-off coming. Puck in along the end boards. Bellin over to Brown. Now Kept in. Shot hits the glove. Save made there on Carver. Puck. Back in behind. To the middle. A little shot as they try to circle that in front of the blue paint, but it's down the left side instead. Here comes Marshall. Marshall over the line. Marshall slows up. Flipping it back in front. On and off of the stick as Kelly. Kelly plays it over. Over the line here, Monroe Oliver. Monroe Oliver to the corner on the right. Picked up, nice juice of the body there by Ford. Ford, backhands. Push down here in front of us now, Bonosho. She'll get it over to Devani. Devani, cut off and set right back to her stick. They'll have to reset in the defensive end. Play it up ahead. Teal going for the full change. That one out of the reach, and it'll be grabbed by Sinclair. Sinclair plays it over to the left. Mahoney, across the line. Shot, save made. Teal knocked that out of the air. It looked like with the high stick, but the whistle didn't go. We'll keep on going here. Back in behind here, Mahoney. Mahoney to the blue line. Kept in, D-to-D pass there. Sinclair on the backhand. Try to keep that alive down low. Now to the middle. Shot, tipped, rebound, rolls in behind. From the end boards, 11-2. She'll pick it up. She steps in, shot, seeing as that's blockered away. Inside 10 minutes to go now as we're officially into the back half of the second. And the game. Picked up here by Monroe Oliver. Leventure keeps it in. She'll cut down low. Good puck mover. To the middle and steers to the corner. Now grabbed. Mahoney. Mahoney played a front shot. That one rolls through. It's right in the blue paint. How is that still out? They're diving for it. And a crazy chance there. That stays out of the net. By far the best look of the game to break through this tie. They couldn't have hammered home as Teal with a push there. Back in around. McDonald. McDonald to the middle. Shot. Save made. Leventure. She'll play it up the wall. Flip back down low. Brown. Trying to get that around. Worked into the boards there, and that's what we like to call a little body contact by Brooke McDonald. They're going to keep that going, though, saying it's all right. Now up ahead with it. Here is Power. Power gets taken away across the line. Teal still with it. Teal trying to play that in front to Power. It's back to McDonald. McDonald up ahead with it. That one sent down for the icing. 8:08 to go. Played along those end boards. Down here in front. Pass. Onto the stick as it's broken in by Payne. Goes down. Now looking for it. Here's Power. Pushed off through the middle. That's hustled after by Eddie. Now grabbed by Matthews. Matthews to the middle. Now over here to the left side to Cormier. Cormier across the blue line. Cormier, pass in front, and it just ricochets off the stick and high. Good look there. It would have been tough to direct that home, but they gave it their best effort. Back in on the unboards, McLeod. McLeod to Tavares. Tavares up the left side. Ricochets off the stick there of Chisholm. And sent it to the pink bench. Puck picked up. That one's down here in front. Rolls across onto the stick there. Sparks. Over to the right side. Payne. Brought in over the line here by Matthews. Sent wide. They jump up on that. Carver tries to spin out of it. Back in behind by Cormier. Trying to jam it on the corner, and that'll be the save, and it remains 0-0. Played around that wall. Little backhand. That one's picked up nicely and a beautiful play along the boards. Into the zone here. Wallace. Wallace shoots that wide. Scott comes in to help keep that puck down low as Chisholm covers on defense. Wallace in through the middle to the right side. Nice pass there. Shot on. Save made as Angione got that one. Maybe had a little more time than she thought. Trying to circle that up on the blue line. Knocked at. Back down here in front. Puck's free. Over the line. Left side. Shot save made by Momberket. Momberket working her way through. Doesn't see a pass, so she'll flick it down. Near the end boards now. Brown. Looking to go up the wall. Down here in front. Forward. Played across. Trying to bring that back in. It's over the line here. Lecky. Lecky. Push to the right side corner. Another tangle up there. 5 minutes to go. They're yelling to move it, and whistle will go just as that gets broken out. Five minutes to go here. Trying to move that up. Ahead with its Marshall. Marshall across the blue line. Marshall. She'll play it out in front, missing some sticks. That ricochets back over there for Ford. Now flipped back to the middle. Under the stick there, Monroe Oliver in behind. Bellin tries to get it out. Over here to Umla. Another chance for it. Right down below us. Off the stick. Cut back move here by Primer. Primer broke a couple ankles there as it's moved up ahead. Over to the right side, Monroe Oliver. Brings it in. Malloy. Malloy to the middle. Malloy shot rebound. Stays out as Perry stuck with that. Now it's back the other way. Ava Fry. Sorry. That's 25 there. Eddie. Now back. Fandon. The breakout pass. And still going to have to bring that in herself as Hartnell. And just shoots that on for an easy save. 3:45 to go. Puck dropped in. Tipped off the boards there on the left side by Hartnell. Trying to play that in front. It's scooped up. Back to the blue line. Shot. Here the pass around the end boards gets up to Oaks, and now they're going to try to work it up. Little lead pass onto the stick here. Breaking into the zone is Mahoney. Mahoney down on the end wall. Picked up. Worked to front. Shot. That one just wide as it bounces off the stick. Sent in low. Little bounce out the other wing. Flip back to the middle. Shot wide. On the right. McCormick. McCormick over the blue line. Near McDonald. Across the blue line. Shot into the glove, and that one snared with ease out of the air. Puck dropped in. Kept in on the line here. That one boots off a skate, though. Pulled down and behind. Right side, cut off by Cormier. Near the middle. Broken in over the blue line on the left. Payne lost it. 2 minutes to go here in the second. Puck sent down for an icing. Game's kind of slowed up a little bit here the last few minutes with some whistles, a healthy amount of them, as we prepare to head into the third and final period here, high performance for this group. Grabbed by McLeod. McLeod up over the blue line. McLeod, she'll go down. Loosened up and behind. Played between the feet. It was there for a second. Another good look for Teal. Back to the lines. Worked by McLeod down low. Back in to the corner. Arm goes up, and the first penalty of the game for Hook with 1:33 remaining. So Pink chasing the play a little bit there. Will end up in the penalty box, and now Teal with the power play. .133 left to go in the second. 2 minutes of power play time here. That one shot the length of the ice. No icing, obviously. Slowed up in behind for Scott. Scott chips it back to Monberquette. Monberquette to Angione. Another tip at it. Good job there to stick with that puck, and it could be a 2-on-1 the other way. Onside on the power play. Played off, and what a flick with the stick there by Primer, as that one was dangerously close to a goal, but the stick got on it. Final minute to play here now. Shot through traffic. Shot just wide on the right side. Primer puts it back to center. Down the right side wall again. Offside, 40 seconds to go. .40 seconds here in the second. Still scoreless. Puck picked up by Chisholm. Played on back to Monberquette, then handed off there to Scott. Working it around here is Whitehead. Whitehead over the line. Whitehead. Scott. Couldn't get that shot through. 23 seconds now. Down the in behind. Teal. In front. And 10 seconds to go. Puck will be held on to. 30 seconds in the power play, but that'll run us out as we head back to center. 0-0 the score. Back for the third and final period shortly. Hello everybody, welcome back here for the third and final period here for the U16s as we try to finish this thing out. It's a 0-0 game with 20 minutes on the clock, and we are going to get right back into it here, hopefully get a winner with 20 minutes on the clock. All right, puck over here to the right side, shot, that one bounces up into the glove. Shot goes wide back down into the corner for Kelly. Kelly tries to work that out. It's kept in, or just onto the stick of Monberquette and sent back in. Carver picks it up. Carver tries to get rid of that. Jumps off the stick. And over there to the right side. Monberquette. Down there in the left side corner, Monberquette, she's circling around. Tries to hand that off to Mahoney, but it gets knocked off the stick. Here comes Monroe Oliver as that sent back in behind. Monberquette still with it. Monberquette drops that back to Ford. Kate Ford now up the left side, trying to feed that through. Picked up, little collision there. As Foster's going to grab it. Foster, but it gets back to Monberquette. Is lots of action for these TLD to start, but Pink in on it with a backhand shot. Save made. Pushed back to the ringette line. Trying to jump on that. Wallace able to shoot that down and picked up here by Devani. Devani down there alone as Teal comes in to try to take that puck over as they work from the corner. 2-on-2 down there along the boards. McCormick tried to get that. Sent back onto the stick here, Ford. Pushed through the middle. Onside comes Teal, but knocked off the stick as soon as they break over that blue line. Benuccio. Gets played back in behind McDonald. Over here now, sent to the left side. McCormick has that go wide. Levantier looked for it, little poke at it, and grabbed, kept in by Primer. Back in behind McCormick. It's along the half wall. Fed on back. Trying to kick that up ahead. McCormick with it here again. Pressure down there along the boards. Fished off of that corner again. Shot off the shin pad. McCormick looks for it again. Lots of looks here for 48 to start the third. Now they get tied up here and it gets worked on the left side. In over the line here, Mills. Mills tries to hand it off. Into the pile of people there as Rideout picks it up from the corner. Rideout trying to find Levantier. Instead, it's sent on down. That goes for the icing. About 3.5 minutes in here. Face-off will come back down the left side. No real chances yet through this period. Down here in front of us, Sinclair with it. Sinclair getting pressure by Payne as it gets broken up. Cormier comes in. Cormier looks to steer that out in front, hits the side of the net. Cormier still with it. In along the end boards. That rolls through the blue paint, comes back near the ringette line. Oh, two go down there. But they right back up. Look to be okay, but it's a 2-on-1 the other way. Angione passes it across. Oh, and a good look there, but in and out of the feet of Power. Power now. Back to Angione, and a hard shot there. She returns the favor, but the save made. With 5:50 to go here in the, or 15:50 to go here in the third. Face off on the left. Down here in front. Payne tried to get that around. Circle back, Angione. Surveys. Played off the corner of the wall. Grab now by Tavares. Tavares from the right side. In over the blue line. Hits the side of the net. Tavares chasing. Back to the line here, McLeod. To Power. Power. Back to McLeod. She'll try to play it down low. Ricochets off those end boards. Now they survey looking for the play. Back to Tavares. Tavares with a shot in. Tipped in. It's into the back of the net. And our first goal of the game tipped in by Angione. After a solid shift there for Teal. And finally breaking through. With 3/4 of the third period left, we have our first goal. Back to center we go. And now Pink chasing this game. It's grabbed by Turner. She brings it in, but instantly comes out. Back over by Peveril. Peveril. Down here in front. Comes over there for Lecky. Lecky hands that off. Now it's up the left side. They chip, and that will fall into the Teal bench there. Puck dropped in. Looking for that D-to-D pass. It's off the stick there, Monberquette. She'll have to circle back. Monberquette chips it, and it's grabbed here now by Wallace. Wallace across the blue line. Wallace down to the corner. Trying to shake off the hit. In the feet. Pink gonna pick it up. Looking for that stretch pass, but they're going to elect to hold on to it. Brought in the other way and just kind of stick handled into the defense. A couple players there to pass to, but now Pink there trying to bring that in around. To the blue line. Shot wide. Comes over for Benocio. Push to the middle. Marshall. Marshall across the blue line. Drop back. Scott. Back and behind. Oakes. Bringing it to the inside. Oakes shoots. Save made there as Bennett steers it away. Back and around through the feet. Picked up now. Oakes is a tie up there on the half wall. Flip back to the line for Ford. Kate Ford able to shovel that back down. Whitehead looks for it. Played it against the wall. Back on through by Bellin. Bellin over to Ford. Poked at. Flip back in here. Now Bellin way offside. Got to check for that. It's just kind of started dangling in, but 3 players offside there. 12:27 to go. Back over to Bellin. She'll pick it up in the feet. Shoot that down into the end boards now. Picked up off that wall by Primer. Foster, down here in front. Knocked back the other way, tried by Oakes. Back in behind. Bellin. Played across to Power. Up ahead with it now. Over the line, it gets broken up again. Leading pass back here in front, Malloy. Tried for it. 11-2. She'll bring it back. Falls down into the end wall. Cut back around here, Malloy. Malloy plays that out in front. Loose there in the blue paint for Pig, and the whistle went. The puck looked like it was kind of loose, but bailed out by the whistle. Puck now brought in behind the net. That one's going to be chopped. Down the left side, go for the icing. 11:26 remaining. We'll try again from Teal's end. Puck shoved into the end boards. Trying to bring that back around. Moved in over the line. Played out in front, and a big swinging shot there by Foster as it gets by. Now back in behind here for Hartnell. Hartnell, she'll circle. Hartnell down to Foster. Grab by Power. Over to the right side, right out. Right out, down low. Right out. Hard pass, just kept in on the line there by McLeod. McLeod to the right side, sent down low by Chisholm. To the middle, chance for the shot, in tight, and save made. Grade A chance with about 10 minutes to go. So 1-0 the score here as we move into our last 10 here at High Performance. Shot broken up. Trying to go for some stick lifts there as it comes back to center. Back in behind the net, McLeod. Comes up the wall by Sparks. Along the end boards, Wallace tries for it. Picked up Cormier. Cormier shoots, hits the side of the net. Nice little shot there. So we're officially inside 10 to go. Back to the line here for Sparks. Pass, connects, shot blocked into behind the net. Now they'll tie up. Fished out of there by Cormier. Cormier tries to center it. Instead, it gets to Angione. She'll lead that up ahead. Pass off the mark. Icing called. We'll head back down. Face off here on the right. Leading pass. That one misses the mark. Chased after. Benuccio. She'll cut back. Back down low to the corner, Brown. Brown down in there. Trying to move it along that end wall. Not get caught up on it. Behind the back, that's played there to Whitehead. Sharp angle shot as Teal looking for more. Trying to go for some stick lifts there as it's on the top of the circle, and now picked up by Pink. Over here to the right, fed back through. Kelly along the boards there. Kelly shoved down near the blue line, and I don't know, it's tough to tell if that one's going to be onside or not. It's with a pile up. Puck then does come loose. They're going to say it was onside. Brought back in over the line here. Shot by Kelly goes wide. Fed back across. Brown. Brown over the blue line. Brown tried for it. Instead it's Umla. Back across. Pass hits the stick. Monroe Oliver over the line. Handed off, shot in tight, and gloved down with ease there by Murray Chapman. 7:43 to go. Puck down near that end boards again. Time ticking away here as we approach the end. Sent down around. No ice as it's waved off. Chased in behind. Eddie. Eddie going for a skate now. Pass connects. Up through the middle over the blue line. Down the right side. Behind the back. Hot plays up near center. Eddie. Ricochets out. Back for Ford. Ford. Kate Ford. From the back end. Across the blue line. In the corner on the right side. That one played back around. Foster. Trying to go down low with it. Ricochets over near McDonald, and Teal picks it up again. From the left side, Leventure going for a skate. Gets down to the corner. Back to the blue line. Backhand and around. Sparks. Into the feet. Shot in tight. Top of the blue paint there. Another chance in there. That somehow stays out. That was grabbed. Now another backhand and a flurry of saves there for Bennett as it gets worked into the mesh, and a nice sequence there. Couple whacks that hit the pad. Staying out. Face off on the left. Splitting the D, and now hustled after. It's a foot race. Leventure, pretty good with the skating. She'll get to it first. Some pressure on her back, just trying to shovel that off to the corner. Rideout, looking to get that. Gets sent back in around by Cormier. Cormier. Won that battle. Now they dig away for it. Leventure. Back in behind, hits the foot. Picked up by Sinclair. Broken up again, has the player in front. Shot rolls off the end of the stick there of Matthews. Good look there as they're trying to tie this game up late. It's down the right side. Marie Wallace. Shot rolls up the pads. Stop there. 4:57 to go now. Down low on the end boards. It's flipped up the wall as Chisholm keeps with it. Peveril on it as well. That's played back in behind. Devani to Binocho. Between the legs. That exits the zone. Sinclair tried to get that around. Down here in front of us, it'll be a circle back by Lecky. Lecky hands that over to Devani. Back here to Binocho. Back to Lecky here in the middle. Lecky brings it onside. D to D. Shot blocked. As the scoreboard just went out up here. As you see, that's blank. So we've got 3:59 on our clock here, but we'll continue on. Not sure. It looks like... Okay, so now they're back up. Had to get that reset. I don't know if I've seen that too many times doing all my games here. Played on back by Binocho. She'll pick it up. Last push here for Team Pink in period number 3. Stick handling. Up near the middle. It gets broken up. Power. Right just onside. Played to the middle. Power in on net all the way around. Now trying to go for the wraparound. Gonna hold in front. Pass it off. Delayed penalty coming here. Late 2. Shot. Loose in front. Rebound. Oh, and it stays out. Back here to McLeod. With a delayed penalty and 3 minutes to go. Loose there in front. Pink still hasn't touched it. To the line. Tavares. Back down low to the right corner. As Brown works it across. Possession game here for Teal. They're okay with this too, as they're trying to get the win here with 2:46 to go. Between the legs, and that one was touched, but the whistle didn't go. So now touched again, and 2:30. So I think the ref may have just missed that one, but no harm, no foul. Face off will come down to the left. .230 to go here. Now a 2-minute power play. Let's see what the PK and the power play can do in the last little bit. That one's sent on. Ricocheting over there for Scott. Mirabella Scott. Oh, and a bit of a collision there. Oh, and both of them. That one couldn't have felt good. Played out in front. Back around. Monberquette. Sent to the middle near Scott. Over the line. Handed on back. Flipped on the line. Back from Monberquette. Worked in front. To the half wall by Scott. Down in the corner. To the blue line. Monberquette shot, tipped wide, 90 seconds to go here now. Working around, Wallace tipped in front. It's going to be just shoved off by Bennett. Back, Monroe Oliver. Plays it around on the half wall. Back again forward. Slapper coming from Bellin. Wide. Back down around the corner. To play out front. Hits a shin pad. To the line here, Ford. Lead pass. Oh, and the double doink off the skates. That was the look they were trying for. 46 seconds now. Comes here to the right side. Ford. Off a foot there. Bounce to the side by Eddie. Eddie. Over here to Hartnell. Back and behind. Leventure. She'll try to skate that around with 26 seconds. Dishes it off to the D partner there for Sinclair. Passed up ahead, just onside. Battled for it down in the corner with 10 seconds to go. This will do it for the U16 section, as it looks like Teal will come away with a 1-0 victory off the beauty tip play in the second period, but that will do it for us here on High Button Sports for this second portion of the High Performance Camp. We appreciate you tuning in. As always, another year in the books for these young ladies, and like I said, love the support, appreciate it. Until next time, my name's Jeff Warburton. Brendan Maloney bringing you the action earlier. We will see you